What do you do if you tried to get help, but then you got blamed? I think that that's really sad. I think that it happens a lot more than we want to recognize. And here's a couple of the reasons why I think it happens. Number one, when we go to get help, we're kind of opening up our lives and we're kind of sharing some of the struggle that we're facing. I think a lot of times the counselor role, like whoever's trying to help you, it's easy for them to say, well, what things are you in control of? What things can you change? Because the truth is, you're the one there sitting with them, either talking to them on the phone or with them in the office or whatever the setting is, you're there. But the people that are hurting you, that are making you feel like you're struggling, they're not there. And so a lot of times it's easy for a counselor to say, well, here's the things that you can do, because that's where the communication is happening right now. Ultimately, I think we all would love if a counselor or someone could sit down, all the people that are mean to us, and go, you stop, you stop, you stop, and you stop, and just be so much better. But we're all human, and we all treat each other poorly based on how we're feeling, or, our perception on life, or our own situations. And so we can't make other people stop. We really can only look at our own lives and say, well, what do we need to do? But that's super discouraging, especially if you're sharing something pretty horrific. And, I would want you guys to know, if you shared that you were victimized in a pretty serious way and someone made it sound like it was your fault, I'm very sorry for that. Like, legitimately, I am sorry for that, because that's not the way that this should go down. If you were victimized, you need care. Like, someone should be there for you. And I believe that that's why there's a lot of hotlines with trained, skilled counselors, so that you can share a story and so that they can be there for you. I think a lot of times we don't necessarily get that reaction. People start to tell us, well, you could control this, or you could have controlled that, so it's on you. And I'm not always sure why that happens, other than it's easier. It doesn't necessarily make it right. Here's the other thing, is a lot of times people just genuinely don't know what to do, and so they say stupid stuff. I don't know if we're always skilled to know how to handle the pain of others. Even those who are in positions who should be able to handle that, they often can't. Now, that's not an excuse, but I think that it happens. And if that happened to you, that doesn't mean that your story is invalid or that your hurt doesn't matter. It just means someone was not able to get it. They didn't have the natural empathy or the trained skill to lean into your story. What does that mean? It means you need to try again. Now, you might feel like you lost a piece of yourself by sharing it for the first time, and if they didn't get it, then it kind of invalidates everything, but that's not... I understand the feeling, but it's not true. You still have... Your story is always your story. You always have the right to tell the truth about what happened to you. And if you need to go to somebody else and talk to them, do it. Because it often takes a couple of different people to find people who help you. And even like in my own life, it's been multiple people who have helped me, not just one. And so if the first person didn't get it, keep going. I'm really sorry if you were blamed in any way for something that you had no control over. That's not right. Go out there and find someone who's going to help you the way that you need care, the way that you need guidance, the way that you need help. I believe in you guys. I want you to find that help. I want you to find your own pathway towards healing, whether that's a short pathway or a long pathway, depending on whatever happened to you. I want you to be able to work through it and to come out victorious on the other side, and to come out strong and unbroken by something that really was damaging or really was hard. I love seeing young people who rise up and can face some insurmountable odds and fight for themselves and find that wholeness that they're looking for again. I want that for you, and I hope that you have the next step for that, or at least the courage to take that next step. I'm rooting for you guys wholeheartedly.